I want to now take you through about 4 big names because Pakistan has had a tumultuous political history. Let's begin. Now, in the past as well, the topmost prime ministers or president of Pakistan have faced critical scrutiny right after they have been out of power. Let's begin first with Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif. Until recently, remember, he was the Prime Minister. But what exactly had happened? In 1999, the first time, he's a 4 times Prime Minister, he was overthrown first by Army General Pervez Musharraf. In 2007, he's forced into exile to Saudi Arabia. In fact, then he returns, becomes the Prime Minister yet again, but there are allegations of via the court on corruption allegations in 2017, and then he leaves again from the country in 2019 for medical treatment, never returns. General Pervez Musharraf, who has been the president, is also in exile. How did it start? It was actually in 2019. Remember that he was even sentenced to death over treason, and because the case and the verdict that even though was overturned, he is known for imposing emergency rule in Pakistan and overthrowing previous democratic governments. In 2022, General Pervez Musharraf was in self-exile, first in UAE for medical treatment and left first in 2016, has never returned ever since. We are now being told he's possibly in the United Arab Emirates. Prime Minister Benazir Bhutto, 2 times Prime Minister of the country, but the first woman to lead not only a Muslim country, but the first woman to lead Pakistan as well. Remember, in 1999, corruption charges were filed against her. The court even convicting her, she had to go into self-exile. She returned. But it was in 2007, after she returned to Pakistan, she was assassinated by a teenage suicide member. So it was not just a corruption allegation against Benazir Bhutto, even a suicide bomber had killed her. But her father, this is where it started from. Prime Minister of Pakistan, Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, becoming Prime Minister in 1973. But it was in 1977 that he was overthrown by Army General, also many call him Pakistan's dictator, General Zia-ul-Haq. And it was in 1979 that Prime Minister Zulfikar Ali Bhutto was hung to death. So Pakistan has had a political tumultuous history, and now Imran Khan is facing a similar issue. But that's not all what our neighboring nation is currently facing. The oppression of minorities, the religious minorities, continues in Pakistan. A day after the girls of Sikh and Christian communities this time were abducted and forcibly married off, now a mob also attempted to kill a Hindu sweeper over an alleged case of blasphemy. Absolutely horrific situation there in the country. Take a look at this report. Another day, another girl from minority community in Pakistan, abducted, converted and married off to a much older man. In the latest, parents of 13-year-old Christian girl Zarvia Pervez are pleading for their daughter to be rescued. Zarvia was abducted, converted to Islam, married off to a 40-year-old abductor Imran in Rawalpindi. He already has 3 children and a wife who helped him abduct the teenager girl. Shockingly, the court ruled that the minor girl will now have to stay with the kidnapper. Members of the Sikh community are agitating on streets in Pir Baba KPK province, where a Sikh teacher, Deena Kaur, has been kidnapped and her family told that her nikah has been done. No FIR filed against the abductor and threats instead on the family. According to human rights activists, more than 1,000 girls belonging to Hindu, Sikh and Christian communities are forcibly converted in Pakistan every year. The situation has turned alarming for minorities in Pakistan. After a brawl with a shopkeeper Bilal Abbasi, a fake case of blasphemy has been filed against Ashok Kumar, a Hindu sweeper in Hyderabad, Sindh province. Soon a charged mob gathered at the residence, even climbing up to kill him, but could not succeed. Pakistani paramilitary and police in Hyderabad cracked down on a pro-blasphemy lynch mob. Sadly though, the Hindu man was taken into arrest by the police and thrown behind bars. Bureau Report, India Today.